If she had only been ugly, we would still be together.
Dom Herrera, live from the Laugh Factory. God bless you. Got Guy Torrey today.
Guy Torrey.
I've been trying to get you for years. Thanks for coming up,
Man, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be in town to do this.
And what's with you being early and thinking you're late?
Because you know what, man? My dad was military, drill sergeant.
Is that what it is?
So it's
Mine was too.
Yeah, man. So we, I hate being late, especially for press or interviews. It's just kind of disrespectful. I care about other people's time because I don't want people wasting my damn time. So I make sure that I show up on time for other people's stuff, man. So if I'm on time, I'm late.
That's refreshing.
I just started a podcast show with three other guys: Steve Wilson, comedian Steve Wilson, Claudia Jordan, and Mike Hill, who's from Fox Sports 1. So we did a new studio last week, and we're supposed to have a 9 o'clock spot, right? The show on before us is supposed to have been long out of the studio, but they're waiting on a guest. Now, their podcast started from 12 to 4. I'm supposed to interview this guest from 12 to 4. Guess what time the guest showed up? 8:45 p.m.
No.
Floyd Mayweather.
They waited for him?
They waited for him.
What did you think of that fight, by the way?
I'm a boxing fan, so I loved it, man. A lot of people, casual fans don't like, the science of boxing. I love the science of boxing.
Well, that's why he's so brilliant, because these people who don't fight, by the way, say he doesn't like to mix it up. He's not supposed to mix it up.
Yeah.
He's supposed to win the fucking fight. It's a game. It's a sport.
Yes, and then when you see all your predecessors that you idled and they can half talk or walk and their motor skills are terrible and they were bangers, it's like, yo, I'm gonna learn something from it. I mean, but we as fight fans want to see the brawl, we want to see the blood.
Yeah,
but it's like, come on, man. It's like I want to enjoy my millions. It's like being a stand-up. It's something in you that you gotta love it.
Yeah.
To go through in boxing, to go through that training and be a gladiator, you gotta be wired a certain way. Same thing like stand-up.
I was gonna ask you if you think you could beat me in a fight.
Can I beat you in a fight? Yeah, I don't fight fair, man.
I'm kidding you. Can you imagine me and you fighting? What the fuck?
That'd be
First
stupid.
of all, I'd call timeout because I'd get out of breath.
Hey, I'm not in shape either, goddammit. When I go on stage, man, it's funny because I look at the audience as an opponent. I shadow box before I go on stage. And it's like, I study the audience just a little bit before I get on stage. And I have my game plan, but sometimes, I tell young comics all the time, you got to be like a quarterback, like Peyton Manning when you're a comic. Because you can have your game plan of what you want to say on stage, but if the energy isn't right, you may have to audible out of it and go somewhere else. Yeah. And like with boxing, man, I just feel like, I want to knock these motherfuckers out.
And clubs, theaters, both?
Mostly clubs. Maybe about 5 or 6 theaters a year. Mm-hmm. But I'm doing about 1 hour and 10 every show. 6 shows in a weekend, Thursday through Sunday. Brutal. So when I come back in town on Monday, I get back maybe around noon, 1 o'clock. I got to leave again on Wednesday. So I really only have a day and a half to unpack, repack, do everything I need to do, auditions, meetings, kiss the girls.
Well, you're still doing movies and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, not as much as I used to, but
most of that movie you did, X something?
American History X, yeah.
That was fun. You were great in that.
Oh, thank you, man. Being in town only a day and a half, going up to do 10 to 15-minute spots, really wasn't beneficial. And then I talked to this director who was going to direct one of my specials, right? And he said he talked to Chris Rock. And he asked Chris, he said, man, how do you get your specials so tight? Your specials are always airtight from start to finish. And Chris Rock said, I work on 10 minutes at a time. Yeah. He said, I don't care about the laughter. I don't care about I work on 10, and I don't move from that 10 minutes until it's perfect. Then I get another 10. Then I work on another 10, another 10. And if you look at it that way, when you got 4 or 5 10-minute bits, that's an hour. Yeah. You put your time in between for fluff and laughter and bullshit, but if I had it all wrong, like, what is 15 minutes, what are 10 minutes going to do for me in LA? I missed a big time. I headline on the road. How wrong was I?
Yeah. Well, this is a different beast out here.
Yeah. Here's the thing, because my career was weird. I started comedy in 92, and after 2 years doing stand-up, I did Def Comedy Jam, which is weird, because most comics who done Def Jam, especially those first couple of seasons, they were road comics for years and honed their craft, honed their act, got their point of view, found their voice, and they had, 2 hours worth of material. me, I think at the time when I did Def Jam, I may have maybe a strong 45, and so when I did Def Jam, I maybe had 2 hours, but only 45 of it was really worth anything.
Well, that's the funny thing. The better you get, the less time you think you have because the quality of it goes up.
Yeah.
You know?
So I did Def Jam after 2 years doing stand up, and then I did the tour.
Yeah.
So after in '95, I had a couple of credits under my belt, my Def Jam credit, and I think one film credit. I went to the Comedy Store and said, hey, my manager and I said, hey, I want to showcase black comedians. Let me bring the hood to Hollywood. Let me bring to Hollywood and showcase these
that was
comedians.
Fat Tuesdays?
That was Fat Tuesday. So I started because Fat Tuesday spelled PHAT because I was managed by Russell Simmons at the time, who had Fat Farm.
Okay.
and his assistant, actually Stan Lathan's assistant, was the one who came with the name. I would beat my head up against the wall trying to find out a name for it. All these Funny Farm and Fat Funny, and she was like, "What night is it on?" I was like, "Tuesday." Call it Fat Tuesday. It's like, oh yeah, no smart women are. And at that time, the Comedy Store had fallen off a little bit.
Oh, a little bit, a lot.
Well,
yeah.
I'm being nice.
No, but I mean, the Fat Tuesdays carried the Comedy Store.
And I didn't know that. I mean, and here's the thing: when you're young and you're gung ho and you're just happy and you're naive as fuck, I was doing comedy 3 years, dog.
Right. Wow.
I had no marketing experience. I never ran a business before. I never ran a room before. And so when you just passionate and I just threw shit against the wall and to see what was going to stick. So I just promoted the hell out of it by word of mouth, by cutting my own flyers. I only had 90 seats to fill in the belly room because that's where I started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started in the belly room.
I didn't remember that.
And I was selling out every week. And that's where...
When did it break to the main room?
It broke to the... This is funny. I spent 9 months in the belly room. And then after 9 months...
Pregnant?
I gave birth to Fatter Tuesdays.
Well, can you imagine the difference? I'm 10 years before you, right? I started...
Oh, wow.
In that decade, it was so fucking different. I mean, the idea of having one ethnicity or one race show, what didn't exist. The only thing they had when you had Fat Tuesday was the girls' show,
right,
in the belly room, all girls. That was the only different. Now, I mean, I seen it. Now they got
so segregated.
Russian peasant woman night. I mean, they got fucking everything they can make.
One testicle night. We got one testicle. These comments have one testicle. I was inspired by Def Comedy Jam. I owe so much to Def Comedy Jam, which is also celebrating 25 years this year.
Wow.
It debuted in 1992, March or July of that year, somewhere in between there. If it's anything that I'm the most proud of in my career thus far, it would have to be Fat Tuesdays and helping.
No,
I didn't make any of those other comedians, but a lot of them got seen in there.
Yeah.
And Chris Tucker got Fifth Element because they saw him in my Fat Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
I got American History X because they saw me at Fat Tuesdays. Michael Blackson got Next Friday because they saw him at Fat Tuesdays. Mike Epps got Next Friday because Ice Cube saw him at Fat Tuesdays. Nick Cannon was discovered at Fat Tuesdays. So a lot of people got managers, agents, by being seen at Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I was just happy that, man, this is the reason why I created this room. And so many comics.
You were young when you started that, huh?
I was what, 26 at the time, I think.
Oh.
So a lot of comics. Richard Pryor came a couple of times.
Did it?
Which is the most nervous I've ever been on stage ever to perform in front of, the king of comedy.
Royalty.
And so many comics, from Gary Owen to Melanie Camacho to myself, were they would do their set in front of Richard, and they come off, and Richard was like, you're funny, keep doing what you do, and that goes a long way. When you got somebody of that caliber, telling you to be yourself, stay funny, stay original, if you were thinking about quitting or doubting yourself, that right there gave you life.
You know Moranzio Vance?
Yeah, love Moranzio. Good guy, man.
We're on stage. We just got the giggles, We start talking about shit that I was safe talking about it because you could see that him and I were buddies, and we were talking about slavery. And I said, even if there was slavery, I wouldn't want to have slaves. And I couldn't anyway. I live in a condo. They'd have nothing to pick. I said it would be me and three big black guys watching football. But it's so funny because
where they gonna sleep? Go to the slave quarters. They just go in the corner.
That's it. Lean against the wall. It's amazing what you said. Like you said a little while ago about if they like you, what you can get away with. Well, I didn't know where we were going to go today because I always wanted to talk to you, but it's great to have a good stand-up conversation because sometimes it goes one way or the other. And,
right.
You know, I mean, like the Trump thing, we could do hours on that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about Trump, one of the things is, I mean, Stephen Colbert every night should go, thank God for Donald Trump.
Amen.
Because that show is fucking on the ropes.
And let me tell you something, Saturday Night Live, it did that. It put that back on the map.
Yeah. Do you realize how few jokes there were about Obama now that you see Trump? Like,
yeah.
Very few. I mean, there were more George Bush jokes than Obama. But Obama was like a sacred.
He was like James Bond and shit, man.
Yeah,
he was smooth.
He was so fucking smooth.
Yeah, that's how he got in office. He's talked his way in office, goddamn. Smooth talking black man, goddamn.
He was the best public speaker since Kennedy, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Kennedy had that charm, that likability. You know, Barack had that. I mean, to say what you want to say about him, but Barack had that charm, that smile, and that kind of cool, you know.
He has white in him. He has Asian in him.
I don't know. I mean, well, Hawaii. He's born in Hawaii, so.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a mix.
Well, Kenya, according to Donald Trump.
I don't know why he wouldn't let that go,
dude. Because let me say something. I know people wired like Donald Trump. They don't apologize. They're never wrong, and it's all about them. It's the same like wiring how Hitler was.
I had a dream about Hitler last week, and I woke up laughing. I swear to God, I had a dream that I was with a friend of mine who dressed up like Hitler, right? And we're walking down this and going up these steps, like at a college campus or something. And Hitler, the real Hitler, was there with a friend of his. And he goes, look at this guy. Well, you know, he's dressed like me. He goes, you know, I like that look. That was the fucking dream. I woke up laughing.
Fucking funny.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Coming up?
New podcast out called Unstabled, which is Claudia Jordan, who's a model, radio personality, TV personality. She's on Celebrity Apprentice. Donald Trump, Donald Trump loves her. And go to my website, GuyTorryLive.com, GuyTorroy live.com, or just follow me on all my social media outlets. And you follow me, you DM me, I'm in your city, I got you. I got you with tickets.
Make sure you say hi to your brother for me too.
Yes. At Guy Torry is my social media handles. GuyTorry. At Guy Torry. Follow me, DM me, and I got you.
Man, thanks for being on the show.
Man, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it, man. I'd love to come back anytime.
You'll be back. I hope so. Guy Torry, check him out wherever he is in this big wide world of sports. And listen to the podcast. What's the podcast?
Unstabled. With a D.
Adios. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
If she had